Today I went to install some lock boxes for a gate, and the guy that made the gate seems to have been very careless. Didn't care about lining up anything, so I ended up having to fix it. I did this in 6 hours. Fixing that guy's mistakes and then putting these boxes into it, cutting it up and welding it on there. The sheet metal that's in there, you see that sheet metal in there? It was so hard not to blow through. I kept blowing through every single little time. I ended up having a tack weld and then trying to run a bead when I could. It was a lesson learned, you know what I mean? I had forgot. It sucks when you try to weld thick material with very thin, because if you're gonna weld on thick material, it needs to be hot. But if it's thin, it needs to be cold. But what are you doing when you're, So I had a tack welded. That's what I ended up doing it, and then running a bead over it. So right here is the fitment, putting everything back in there. I was holding that with the clamp so that the door, if you will, won't bend on me, and everything's flush, lined up. So here it is. Like I said, this is all going to be painted black, so ignore the grinder marks. I don't think this side is done yet, but anyways, so yeah, this is a lockbox. Everything's starting to work perfect, coming in together. Now I gotta make a drill hole in there for the striker. Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. I never done this before, by the way. I had to say that real quick before all the trolls start hating. I've never done this. If you have a better way of doing this, leave that in the comments. But I did this in 6 hours. It took me so long because the customer kept trying to talk to me. That's another thing. When you got somebody that's doing work for you,